could change the world, how would you change it?
It's a very wide and general question, Catalina. If I could change the world, I would get rid of, war. The number one thing I would get rid of. Or I would just get rid of politicians altogether. I'm just saying, if I would get rid of them all. Because I don't think there's a single leader on the face of the planet that cares about their citizens more than themselves and the people that they work with. The definition of a leader to me is one that is willing to sacrifice their own well-being for the embetterment of their citizens. Meaning, I'm giving up my time to make the world and the place that I am governing over a better place. And if you can name one person that, listen, do I agree with some of the stuff Trump's doing? And because anyone can speak now, and anyone can go viral now, and anyone's voice can be magnified, which is not a bad thing. But the negative side is that idiots are also being magnified. And I think the way a lot of these companies have geared their algorithms has actually been to fuel people that are fools, people that are simpletons, people that are idiots and will put Tide Pods in their mouth and dance around and do stupid stuff. And I think the other side of that is there's very intellectual people who speak a lot of truth and teach people about the world we live in. And they are not magnified by the algorithms, but they are more magnified by the audience. I didn't go viral because the algorithm likes me. It's because there was an emotional connect with the audience. Support this message. So they're taking time out of their life to A, watch the content, B, click a heart. And I think the secret that no one really thinks, I think the real driving factor of content is the actual comments. What could have resonated so much with you that you had to stop, watch, click like, share. But when you click on the caption and then write a comment, you actually have to stop, create a thought, and enter it in. I think the unwritten rule for things going viral is that engagement. I think because they know if this made an emotional response where someone felt like they had to stop and write something, I think if I was making up my own numbers and guessing, and that's exactly what I'm doing, and it strikes nerves and people go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, those seems to be the videos that are so viral. That has 3 million views just on Instagram in less than 3 days. Because I had another Palestinian artist speaking about how come DJ Khaled has been so quiet about the whole situation. The two sides that are warring in real life are now warring in my comments.
Okay, so now that we understood the secret sauce.
I think now it's Musk, Trump, Zuckerberg, Bezos, the perfect storm to create a technocratic cryptocurrency, social credit dictatorship for the entire world. The only difference is instead of forcing it upon humanity, they're going to make them beg for it. If you guys believe that some Japanese wizard invented Bitcoin, you're a clown. You mark my words. They're going to announce a coin soon. They're going to announce a new monetary policy. They're going to put it under the guise of Doge, that this is how we're going to be able to monitor all this excess spending of the government, and that's how they will bring the crypto era to the world. This brewing would probably make George Orwell roll over in his grave. We're going to bring this in and no more corruption and then now the machines are out and running and there'll be no more shootings and unjustness, and then they just flip a switch, bro. And really the only way we can win humanity is free speech being protected. Unless we demand an amendment to the U.S. Constitution which classifies social media as the new public square, because we have seen countries topple. We have seen manipulation and censorship from people like Zuckerberg, who publicly admitted that, yes, the government pressured me not to allow you guys to talk about certain things, right? So when you have the head of one of the biggest tech companies in the world telling you, the government forced me to silence you, then we need legislation to protect free speech on social media. It needs to be a new amendment because technology now has outpaced, in my opinion, the Constitution. And the only way we can ever push back and protect the world and humanity from all of these threats is to protect free speech. And it is not protected the way they are giving the perception. What should be driving the American people crazy, and me as someone that was inside World Trade Center Plaza the day those buildings fell down. I was underneath the World Trade Center, in the World Trade Center Plaza. I was on the E train, last stop World Trade Center, as a 19-year-old man, coming out from underneath them as they're on fire on my 3rd or 4th day of school, or whatever it was, at Pace University. Explain that to the cops and the Port Authority and the civilians that were told by the EPA, by Christine Todd Whitman, that the air in Lower Manhattan was safe. Thousands and thousands, if more people have died after what happened in New York City after September 11. than died in the buildings trusting a three-letter agency. If the three-letter agency is admitting that it was a leak from that lab, now you know why Fauci has a pardon. You don't want answers for why your son, your daughter, your husband, your wife, why they lost their lives since 2019? They don't deserve justice? I have spoken my truth and what I have seen. People that want war, that want to make large groups of people fight each other, that want to alter the creation of God, that want you to say, no, you're a man, you could be a woman, and to defile everything the Creator created. I promise you it's not the Muslims.
And I have nothing against Islam either, so we're good.